Hey everybody, it's your good buddy Eve here, and we are just cruising in the area, and I thought that I would just drive by. Oh wow, there it is right there. LeBron James's fortress. Wow, freaking nice. Wow. I did drive by the damn place because it's just like on a regular freaking street, and these are just like regular people. The guy doing his yard work that happened to be living on his street. I think that's great. I think that says a lot about LeBron James, that he lives out with the common folks. Although one might argue, where the hell else would he live? Well, I guess he could have you know, purchased a big plot of land out in, you know, the middle of nowhere like Mike Tyson did. You know, I think Mike Tyson's home was hundreds of miles away from Cleveland and major cities, and you know, just live out there. But instead, Mr. James chose to live amongst, I dare say, the common folks, although these are the upper class common folks, the top earners. But I think it's great. I wonder how they feel when he has like huge parties and stuff. I don't know. This whole street's probably filled with cars when he has parties, but I'd imagine he doesn't do that very often, if ever. But this is a very nice neighborhood, man. People are out doing their yard. I did mine yesterday, so that's how I'm able to ride today. But it's a very quiet neighborhood, man. I like that. I think he likes that too. So I'm just gonna drive by it one more time without trying to draw too much attention to myself. And this guy's trying to sell their home. Hello. Probably because they don't like living next to Mr. James and all the attention that his home gets. But I'm gonna drive by really slow here, kind of take a look at the beautiful home. He's got like a gator or some sort of, you know, all-terrain vehicle at the front. Got a gate there that you won't get your ass by under no circumstances. Wow. It looks nice. Really looks like a nice home. Very modern looking. Yeah. The grounds are well kept. The grounds, they freaking should be well kept, don't you think? So that's LeBron James's home. And it is a beautiful day in middle of November in the Midwest here. It's just a pure joy to be able to ride right now before the snow comes a-falling. But, you know, let's talk about the bikes for 2015 because it should be an exciting year. The Ducati 1199 is now a 1299, and it has increased horsepower from 195 up to 205 now. It has clutchless up and down shifting, which is fantastic. Launch control, wheelie control, and those functions are controlled by a dial on the left-hand handlebar. It's the exact same dial that's on the current Panigale Superleggera. So that bike should make some news for 2015. Moving on, the Yamaha R1 is absolutely stunning, especially the R1M. Now, a lot of folks don't like the styling of the new R1. They say that the headlights look like little beetle eyes or something like that, but my argument to those people that feel that way is, you know, you really don't want every motorcycle looking alike or looking similar. And that's the same thing I said when the S1000 came out with its asymmetric headlights. I thought that was cool. I thought it was risky and groundbreaking. But as it relates to the R1, I think the styling of that bike is totally awesome. The features that it has are nice too, with the forged wheels and the quick shifter and the beautiful Ducati-esque TFT, thin film transistor display that the R1 has. Is really, really nice. And besides that, it has a lot of different riding modes now, a lot of electronics that it was lacking over the years, and more importantly, horsepower. The R1 now supposedly has 200 horsepower, so I think that's going to be great. You might see that bike in some of my videos because my good buddy, Junkyard Jim, the junk says that he's getting that bike. He's getting rid of his ZX-10. So that's awesome. Honda has revealed its RC213V, which is damn near and identical to one of their MotoGP bikes. This bike is absolutely beautiful in my opinion. I love the underseat exhaust and the exhaust out of the side. That is awesome. The LED headlights in the front are beautiful. We didn't get to see too much more of the bike than that, but it's going to be expensive. They said that it might cost over $100,000, which would make it an uber exclusive motorcycle, the likes of which I won't even touch. But for those lucky individuals that do take delivery, that Honda RC213V should be a phenomenal motorcycle. The Aprilia RSV4 has a few changes for 2015. They've upped the horsepower, tweaked the fairings a little bit. Again, it's something like the Panigale that only people that are familiar with the bike will probably notice those changes, but the power increase is definitely welcome, and that should be a great bike as well. The Gixxer 1000 gets its MotoGP inspired color scheme for 2015, but nothing else. And that's a bit of a disappointment, although I do see Suzuki's logic in not updating the Gixxer 1000 for 2015, because with all the other bikes being restyled and created from scratch, the Gixxer may have gotten lost in the sauce, so to speak, and its thunder could have been stolen by the other bike. So I definitely hope to see a completely new Gixxer 1000 for 2016, because it's been a long time for Gixxer fans since that bike has been touched, besides marginal improvements. The Honda CBR 1000 RRR is unchanged for 2015. So again, that's another bike that I'm going to keep my eyes on, because I think that once they finally make changes to the bike, it's going to be an awesome machine. It's got great handling right now, and it's got a few things going for it. All it needs are some a quick shifter, you know, a refresh of the styling a little bit, and that would be a great bike to have. The BMW S1000RR has been what BMW would like to say completely restyled for 2015. Aesthetically, it has all new plastics all the way around. The headlights have been swapped. The low beam is now on the right hand side and the high beam is on the left. It has a new frame. I believe the swing arm is the same. You can get the HP wheels on the bike, which are forged aluminum wheels that weigh significantly less than the stock S1000 wheels. It has a clutchless up and down shifting. It has new riding modes. The instrument cluster is all new. The LCD portion of the screen is much larger now. It has a new exhaust with the catalytic converter inside of the canister now, instead of hanging underneath the bike. I remember when I took my exhaust off of my S1000 and I weighed it, it was 25 pounds for the complete exhaust. And the Brock's Performance exhaust that I put on the bike weighed, I think, 10 pounds or something. So it was that was with the headers and everything. That's a major weight reduction. So the 2015 S1000RR, I like the new color scheme. I think it's a nice bike, but it's just they didn't do enough to the bike for me to justify me taking delivery of it, especially getting rid of my HP4 for it. I was expecting a little more out of the bike. I was really hoping for LED headlights, more power and things like that, and a different, you know, maybe a TFT display instead of this one, but you know, they didn't deliver that, and so for me, I don't think it's worth trading my bike for that. I do like the clutchless upshifting though, and I think that that might be an option to get retrofitted onto my bike, but I'm not sure because it might have something to do with the bike, the 2015 S1000 being ride-by-wire now, whereas mine still has traditional cables controlling the throttle. So that's the 2015 S1000 RR. The ZX10 is unchanged for 2015. It has a new color scheme celebrating its 30th year as being a Ninja, but besides that it's unchanged. But Kawasaki had a major card up their sleeves for 2015, and it was long teased and long previewed, but finally revealed not too long ago. The Kawasaki H2 and the track version H2R. I think those bikes will definitely be bike of the year for 2015. Kawasaki has changed the game with a supercharged motor in the H2. You know, when it was revealed, the horsepower numbers were between 200 and 210 horsepower with ram air at the crank, but that was only at 11,000 RPM maximum, and the bike has a red line of over 14,000 RPM. So it's definitely capable of producing more power than that. The styling of the bike is really awesome. I love the paint scheme. The black mirror paint that is said to look black in the shade but then have a mirror reflection in the light. I think that's absolutely stunning. That's also a first for a sport bike. Single-sided swing arm. You know I love that. And the rims on the bike look phenomenal. The 5-star pattern design. I'm really digging it. I really like the exhaust that's on the H2R as well. If I were to take delivery of an H2, I would probably try to get my hands on the exhaust off of the H2R because it's just beautiful, man. The way that it's short and compact, and it exposes the rim because of the single-sided swing arm. I think that's just phenomenal. But pretty much everything about the H2 is really groundbreaking. You know, I don't mind that it weighs a little bit because you know, it weighs over 500 pounds, fully loaded with fuel and everything, because that might help keep the bike planted on the ground when you're taking off and you're trying to harness all of that supercharged power when you're engaging in street smackdowns. So I think that's great. That's one of the things that I really admired about the ZX14R was that the heft of the bike, the weight of the bike, it kept it planted when I was taking off at full throttle. So I like the fact that the H2 has a 255 rim tire in the back. That's great. I'm used to that tire. I really like the instrument cluster on the H2. I like how the tachometer is analog, and how when you increase the tach, then actual numbers are exposed. An LED, beautiful orange. That's really unique and different, and I think that it's going to really be visually stunning for the eye, and it will also help you focus on your tachometer. Let's see. Oh, the headlights on the H2 are beautiful. One single LED headlight flanked by two smaller LED lights that they're calling fangs, which they look really, really nice. It's just, you know, and it fits the bike very well. So, I'm really pleased with the H2. I think that it's going to be a groundbreaking motorcycle. I think that other manufacturers will follow suit with either supercharging or adding a turbo to their motorcycles. I can see BMW adding a turbo. They're really big in turbos. Onto the S1000RR, or perhaps onto the 2017 all-new HP4. We'll see. But it's definitely an exciting time to be involved or to be a motorcycle enthusiast, because 2015 should be an awesome year for all of the motorcycles. I had to pull over and take a look at this. This has to be one of the nicest looking libraries I've ever seen. You know, the all glass around it. You know, it kind of inspires you to get in there and just crack open a book or two and start reading. Look at this thing. Pretty cool, huh? It's reflective glass. I like that. But yeah, I was driving by and I looked over and like, wow, this is a library? That's nice. They're closed on Sunday, but that's okay. Can bring my kids here and kind of get them inspired to read, because you know what, at the end of the day, reading is fundamental. It's the backbone for everything. It's the backbone for success in life. It all starts with a desire and a motivation to read. Alright, I'm off my soapbox now. And as a stark contrast to that beautiful library we just saw, we have an absolutely horrid looking building here. I mean, who the hell designed this? A freaking pharaoh from the days of the Egyptian times? So what the hell? And how the hell is this building energy efficient? There's a dead tree in the window there. I don't get it. Who greenlit this building to be designed and constructed? And why? Stucco on the side of the building and copper-esque looking design cues there. I don't know. I think this building's very ugly. What do you think?